So it's day 4 of the school's 6-week summer holidays and day 2 of making the most of our days off together. And today we decided to take a trip into town to visit our local library, which is also a museum and art gallery. I've spoken about my love of this building before. To me, it's the perfect example of how old and new can come together to create something which architecturally is nothing short of amazing. First things first, and we checked in our library books, which we took out 3 weeks ago. And then Millie wanted to head straight down to the museum to show me something. She came here on a school trip last term, and about how she saw these creepy pirates. However, when we got there, she wasn't actually that brave. It was these mannequins that she'd seen on the school trip, and I kind of get where she's coming from, they are pretty creepy. But she was absolutely terrified. After a good look round, we headed up to the art gallery, and they had a lovely display on of works by the Doncaster Art Club, and these were all for sale. There's one picture which I particularly liked, which I didn't film. To be honest, it was a bargain at £120, but just looking around my house, I just don't know where I'd put it. I also love these 3 paintings as well, and these 2 depicting Doncaster's rich history of horse racing. Back up in the museum, and we saw this suffragette, which was made in 2018 entirely of Lego. It spent the last 6 years touring around the country's museums. They had this little old-fashioned shop you could go in, and if you didn't know already, Arkwright's, the shop from Open All Hours, is actually in Doncaster, and I have in the past been lucky enough to see David Jason filming down there. So I'm not sure if this part was kind of a nod to that. If you have a museum local to you, I really suggest you check it out, because they're usually free to get in. You could spend a good half day there too. Now this made me smile. Come on TikTok, what do we call this? Where I come from would call this a ginnel. And this made me laugh as well, bearing in mind my husband's name's Philip. Apparently, if we lived in 1681, to Philip someone means to give him a good thumping. We then headed into the children's library, and Millie wanted to choose some books to take home again, and this is her. They've actually put the book back on the shelf that we've just checked back in from having at home for the last 3 weeks, and she was joking that she wanted to get it out again. She did choose 3 other books instead. And then last but not least, we wanted to head down because they've got a lovely cafe on site. And I know a few of you have asked about my older children before, and so today we were actually meeting Callum, my eldest, who's 26, before he started work again at 3 o'clock. And this is the outside, the facade of the old building that I was trying to explain to you earlier on, which they've managed to keep and then encase all the front of it in glass. I just think it's so beautiful. I had a cappuccino and a fruit scone the size of my head. And then this is Callum, my eldest. He's actually saying to me here, what are you doing? I told him it was for my TikTok, and I just got that shake of the head. Mums are never cool, hey?